For many years, since the inception in 1999, Desert Conservation Reserve was like a hidden gem. Nobody really knew about it, but now we have changed that policy and we actually want to have more people coming towards the reserve and actually see the beauty of Dubai's natural fauna and flora.
Okay, so Pete and I have arrived at the new Dubai Desert Conservation Reserve Visitor Centre. It's been a while in the making and we're just super excited to see all that it's got to offer. I think for Sand Sherpa it's going to be a huge addition to our offering. So we're going to enable our campers to basically come pre or post their camp with us or safari. For educational groups, we're going to be coming in here and letting them learn all about the reserve. It features all the different habitats that we can find in the desert, from the sabkha to the dunes to the gaff tree forests, as well as all of the flora and fauna. What do you make of this, Pete? What do you reckon?
I think it's such a great addition to the Conservation Reserve and what we have to offer to our guests. I mean, it's been years in the making and we've kind of played a role in some way as well, getting it up and running. So it's like super exciting for us. We can't wait to share it with our guests, our campers.
Excellent. Well, good. We're going to go inside now. We're going to meet with Gerard, who heads up the Dubai Desert Conservation Reserve. This has been his baby. He's adopted this big time over the last few months. And yeah, let's see all that this place has got. So here we've got the full team from Dubai Desert Conservation Reserve. This is Gerard, who heads up the reserve and this amazing new facility. We've got Basil. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it looks great. You must all be very excited.
Good morning, Pete. Morning, Rob. Glad to have you guys over here. The entire concept of this visitor center was to give it back towards the community. We want to have people come in towards the reserve, learn more about the reserves, see what we do actually over here. For many years, since the inception in 1999, Desert Conservation Reserve was like a hidden gem. Nobody really knew about it, but now we have changed that policy and we actually want to have more people coming towards the reserve and actually see the beauty of Dubai's natural fauna and flora. Our main objective over here inside the reserve is to protect the desert inland ecosystem, and this entire center over here emphasizes the work that we do. So throughout the entire center we have 5 different halls, ranging from cultural hall all the way through towards a nocturnal hall, and we highlight different aspects of the reserve in each one of these halls. So if you'll please follow me, and also if you please follow the Oryx footprints on the floor, you'll be able to see all the different things around the center. So yeah, let's have a look. So throughout the entire center there is various interactive kiosks. This is one of the kiosks that we have. And as you can see over here, what is happening is that we are projecting an entire map of the reserve over here. So you can see where we are. We are right in the northeastern corner of the reserve, right at the top. And the entire reserve is 225 square kilometers. Now it's not as big as some of your biggest reserves like Kruger National Park or Yellowstone National Park in the US, but we are about 5% of the entire Emirate of Dubai. And this is a massive achievement in order to protect this piece of land for future generations and also to preserve the Arabian wildlife. We have 4 of these Arabian hares. Now each one of these Arabian hares, they are motion triggered. So if you stand a little bit closer towards it, it will give you a small little description of what's actually to follow behind it. So moving in towards the cultural hall, inside the cultural hall, we are showing all of the various aspects that used to take place in this area. From this section over here, we are running from 1999 when the reserve started. We're running through all of the years and then we highlight all of our major milestones all the way until 2022 when we had our last major archaeological survey. And our AV hall is a multimedia film of about 10 minutes where we have a message of His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed Al Maktoum, the chairman of Emirates Airlines, but also the chairman of the Dubai Conservation Board. He gives a small little message over here. Directly after this message, we have a second one that gives you a small little highlights package of the DDCR, more like a cinematic type footage. And that directly after that one, you have like a 6-minute long video that runs through the entire reserve from fauna and flora, what we do, how we do it, etc. So, Pete, on here, on your left-hand side, what you'll see is this is a 3D printed version of a gaff tree. The gaff tree being the national tree of the UAE. As you can see, it goes down and with its roots on the ground, the roots goes along and it actually connects to a living chaff tree which is on the outside. As you can see, Rob is moving around. It's picking up all the sensors around. The buzzard's call being called over there. We also have the desert eagle owl call being called over there. They are motion censored, so as people walk through them, they are triggered. And then right behind you, you'll see we are highlighting some of the birds we have over here. Once you push any one of these buttons, you will actually hear the bird sounds as well. Here we have some actual specimens of some of our arthropods we have in the reserve. So you have some of your camel spiders on this section. Here we have some 3D printed models of some of the snakes we have inside the reserve. So horn viper, hooded malopern, sand racer. This is a nocturnal hall. So as you move in, you'll start seeing it becomes darker as well. As you walk in front, you'll already feel it's a little bit colder. We've got all the desert stars above us. It's dark, so it just gives you that feeling that you are in the desert at night time. You can go up towards the viewing deck at the top and you get a nice, beautiful, unobstructed view of the open desert landscape in towards the reserve.
I have to say, man, just blown away by this facility. I've got to say, everybody needs to come here. And in fact, what do you reckon? I think what we should do in October and November as we're beginning the season, Pete, if you're in agreement, I reckon we should just get every one of our campers coming in. So what we'll do then, before or after your experience with Sand Sherpa, we're going to go and host you here at the Visitor Centre. So, you know, you'll choose your slot and you guys can come in and experience this absolutely amazing facility. What do you reckon, Kadat?
Yep, sounds good to me. The more people we see, let them actually see how beautiful the desert is, the better.